Hello everyone, welcome to the February 24th, 2019 edition of the Astrology News Report. I'm your intrepid host, Ron Berger. In this segment, we'll take a look at the upcoming planetary patterns and predictions. What's on the celestial agenda for February 24th to March 3rd and beyond. But before beginning, a reminder to viewers to please help out covering the costs of keeping this weekly report going. Just click on the link at the end of the video to make your donation. Thanks. Today, Sunday, February 24th, two planets are changing signs, Mercury and Venus. So, starting this week, there's a new planetary pattern in the zodiac, which will change things up a bit. Mercury takes a little less than 3 weeks to transit through a sign. Since February 6th, Mercury has been transiting in sidereal Aquarius. During that time, Mercury teamed up with Neptune. These two planets have rather opposite energies. Mercury is the planet of rational thinking and linear reasoning. Neptune is the planet of fantasy and illusions. Since Mercury is an easily influenced planet, its reasonable, rational mental process got rather distorted during the past weeks. But there's also an upside. Neptune, as the planet of imagination and idealism, can inspire Mercury for creative, idealistic ideas. Today, Mercury leaves Aquarius and the company of Neptune and enters Pisces. The planet of information and reasons gets away from the planet of deception and confusion. So this should be good. But actually, all is not good. Pisces is Mercury's sign of debilitation. In other words, Mercury becomes weak in this sign. The reason is that Pisces, as one of the water signs, is based in the emotions. Pisces is the sign of faith and belief, and therefore not so compatible with the planet of facts and rational thinking. On the other hand, Mercury in Pisces is good for intuitive thinking. And then Mercury only gets a few degrees into Pisces when on March 5th it begins its first retrograde period of 2019. At that point, not only will Mercury be debilitated, but on top of it, Mercury's significations will go further into the toilet due to the planet's retrograde condition. An interesting item that comes up the day after Mercury goes retrograde is the new moon, which will be in near exact conjunction with Neptune. In other words, the lunar month contains the energy of the significator of fantasy, illusions, and deception. This is yet another indication of the coming weeks being filled with confusion, uncertainty, and a general lack of rational direction. Next week, I'll go through the zodiac and analyze the effects this Mercury retrograde period should have for each of the rising sign charts. Along with Mercury changing signs on February 24th, Venus also changes signs, leaving Sagittarius, where it has been for the past month, and entering Capricorn. In so doing, Venus escapes from the influence of Saturn. While it was together with Saturn, Venus' significations of compromise and agreement were forced to bow to Saturn's signification of restriction, rules, and harsh realities. So, now Venus can breathe easier, but actually not completely, because Capricorn is Saturn's sign, and as such carries a lot of the no-nonsense Saturnian qualities of practical goals, obligations, and having to deal with realities. In other words, things that can put the damper on Venus love and pleasure. But on the upside, the Venus signification of seeking compromise added to Capricorn's desire for practical results, can help to bring everyone to the table for some realistic deal-making. Note that as soon as Venus leaves Aquarius, it runs into a little problem. Ketu, the south node of the moon, one of the eclipse points, is lying in wait just over the line at the beginning of Capricorn. So this week, Venus will be forced to combine with the energies of the mysterious significator of past karma. One way this can manifest is as past agreements coming back for some renegotiation. Since Ketu represents the unseen dimension, the non-manifest world, it isn't so good for material significations. Therefore, such things as the financial sector could suffer. Ketu is a spiritual indicator, and therefore represents idealism. Combined with Venus, there can be idealistic love, even devotion. Venus will remain in Capricorn for most of March, until March 21st, when it then moves on to Aquarius, and there it will join up with Neptune and retrograde Mercury, which will have by then backed into Aquarius. We'll have more on all of this in next week's episode. And now, before leaving, a short pitch for donations. It does take a lot of time and effort to put these videos together. I'm not just standing in front of a camera and yakking away. You can show your appreciation for what this YouTube channel does for you by donating a few bucks to the cause. Just click on or touch the donation card you see here, which will take you to the donation page. Thanks, and until next week.